Hello guys, what's up? I'm Surush Designer, and today I want to talk about new sessions of the Surush Designer tutorials about Autodesk 3ds Studio Max 2018. And why I choose this version, because this is one of the popular versions in 3ds Studio Max softwares. So I'm gonna start with the toolbars and windows in here. At the file we have new, reset, open recent, and view image file. You can save your files by the save as, save copy as, and other type of things. You can import your plans from the Autodesk AutoCAD, like the merge, replace, Revit link, FBX, or AutoCAD. You can export your images or files like the DWF, DWG, or any type of game exporters you can use in the 3D world, 3D visualization. And you have the send to option to the Maya and other softwares in the 3ds Studio Max. At this place you have the edit box. Edit box helps you to do some type of basic things like move, rotate, scale, and placement, or transform on your gizmo. In the tool option we have Scene Explorer, Layer Explorer, and Crease Explorer. Any type of things like the group, views, create modifiers, and animations can help you to work much professional in the 3ds Studio Max environment. And we have the rendering. If you install any type of plugin renders like V-Ray or Corona, you can manage it from here. So for the beginners, I'm gonna start with drawing different type of objects like the box. You can select it from this place and you can draw some box like that in here. Another thing we have is the cone. You can draw some type of cones like this in your 3D environment. We have a sphere option. It helps you to create different type of things like the personal faces, human faces, or animals, or any type of things. We have geosphere and helps you to do some type of things like the segments on it. When I press F1 on my keyboard or the F2, I can see different type of things in here, and I want to close this because I don't need it. You can change your type of showing about default shade to the for example wireframe, and you can see these segments in here in the wireframe mode, or we have the default shading like this. Another objects we have in here is about cylinders. I can draw the cylinders very simple and easy. We have tubes in here. You can create these type of objects in here. We have torus like this. We can create these type of rings in here. We have pyramids like that. Teapot is some type of ready object for the 3ds Studio Max and plane. You can see in here. So for the selecting, you can come to display, select objects, and select all of these objects. You can change the color of these objects to the for example pink like that, or you can change your shading mode to different type of things. So about the showing these type of objects in here, we have default shading, for example faceted like that. Actually it's called faced, and you can only see the segment and face in here. You can change it to the bounding boxes and only show the main edges and vertices. You can change it to the flat color. Actually it's depending on your color selection. You have hidden lines, and one of my favorite things is about clay. You can see all of these details in the 3ds Studio Max with high quality on the clay mode. You can change the clay mode to the stylized like the graphite, and it's take a little bit time for you like this. You can see type of things graphically. We have color pencil in here. Another thing we have is about ink. You can click on the ink option and you can see your models in the ink mode. It's really useful in creating animations and cartoons. We have another type of thing called color ink, and you can use it for your graphical exports in here. We have another thing like acrylic, and it's a little bit high reflection on the objects and many type of things, but I want to turn it to the clay because in the clay mode we have lots of details on our models. Another thing we have is about the standards. When I change it to the high quality, one of the main light sources in the 3ds Studio Max can help you to see the some type of occlusion amounts or the shadows in here or the reflections. We have DX mode, and it's not have any type of differences with other type of mode, but it's a little bit grainy and helps you to create some type of shadows in here. We have performances, or you can change your light and shadows like the illuminate some with the use definer, and I want to turn it to the standard. So we have different type of selections. So I'm going to select it from here and here. You have selection box in here. For example, when I click on the box and I press OK, my box has been highlighted for me from the select from scene. Or I want to select my teapot. I click on it and press OK. Sometimes you want to select this sphere with this sphere. So you can click on the select from scene and click on this tube, torus, sphere or geosphere and press OK. As you can see, all of these objects has been highlighted for you. Another type of selection is depend on our Laszlo or the cruiser setting. So we have mouse option in here. This is the rectangle selection. All of the things in my rectangle line has been selected for me. Another thing is the sphere selection. It only selects things that in my sphere radius or the lines. Another type of selection we have is the this selection, select from the origin. I can select it like this by drawing some type of bounding box in here or here, like this. It's really useful in some type of detailed modelings. So we have other type of selection called lasso selection, and you can select your some professional objects like this with drawing some type of deformed lines in here. And the last thing is the spray selection. When I click on it, I can spray my screen very simple and easy, and it's really useful for some type of jobs, but rectangular selection is one of the best. We have some other selections called window and crossing. When I click on the window or crossing option, now in the crossing option I think, so you can check this out. I draw this box, but a sphere and pyramid not in my box, but they selected in here. But another option we have is the crossing, and I only select these things in my box completely, and this is the difference between the window and crossing selection. For example, I want to move this box. I can use my keyboard shortcut called W. I press it and one of the gizmos are activated for me. I can change it and move it by my jobs and this type of things in here. You can see very simple and easy. Or you can change it to your rotate. Actually, you can rotate your box every type of place you want, something like that. We have a scale option. You can scale it with the full type of things X, Y, Z, or you can only scale it on the X dimension or the Z dimension or Y dimension. Very simple and easy and very useful, but not in the mode right now. So this is the tips and tricks about the getting started with the 3ds Studio Max. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, don't forget it, and goodbye.